Hi Aquarius, this is Heather, the medium on a mission, and I'm bringing the February forecast. And the way that I'll do it is I'll do body, mind, and spirit, and then love as well. And so kind of go through the channeled messages at the beginning like I always do and just give you what I'm getting. And so Aquarius, when I tune it, well, first of all, happy birthday to those of you celebrating in February. We just entered Aquarius season, and it's very much, the energies are very interesting. I'm feeling it a lot in terms of there's a little bit of edginess, people feeling on edge. I'm kind of capturing that with the energies. But with you guys specifically, the biggest thing I was shown was it's almost like the diamond in the rough. And it's like I see you kind of sitting there, and it's like there's something about this sort of treasure that exists in front of you that you didn't see it until now. And there's a shift in your awareness that creates a treasure that was always in front of you. You just didn't have that awareness. So I feel like for you guys, this is very much a month of sort of awakening to these sort of divine blessings or things that have been in your life and you're seeing them in a whole new light, like it's being illuminated for you in a way that you couldn't take it before, and now you're able to take it in a way that you haven't been able to previously. So it feels very much like a little bit of a rebirth, which is interesting, with your birthday coming in and the solar return. It's all about that sort of new beginnings for you. And so I do get that a lot. As I'm saying that as well, I do have an energy of a gentleman that's stepping forward, an older man. He's kind of a burly type of guy, but I feel this feeling of sort of watching over you and sort of helping you with these things as well. Some of you might actually be in a relationship where there's a shift for the positive. It's almost like all of a sudden you break through the barriers of not really knowing how to interact with each other or define your relationship. And I feel like that breakthrough is going to occur this month as well. So with that being said, we'll jump into the energies. So I'm going to ask Spirit what messages we have for Aquarius from a body-mind perspective for the month of February. What insights and information can you provide for Aquarius? Okay, all right. And I'm also hearing something, there might be something to do with a parental figure, a mother. There's an influence of a mother energy that's coming in as well. Some of you guys might, it feels like there might be a reconnection with your mother or a desire in which to do so. It's almost like I see you in a female, which would be that of a mother figure. So it doesn't have to be a mother figure, or it doesn't have to be a mom. Going shopping together and this sort of reconnection for that energy as well. So, okay. And I'm also seeing the number 22. So it feels like there's a connection with that number. I was also seeing when I was in meditation, like 777s. It's almost like I don't know if any of you go gamble or there's going to be someone who wins some money through gambling, but I'm seeing that number as well. It's almost like this, if that's part of the epiphany there. Okay, and then we'll pull the love energies. All right. Yeah, it feels like there's a little bit of reconnecting energy too, like someone from the past, or again, maybe it's like redefining the way in which you're connected with each other. And it's interesting, forgiveness comes up. Yep, that's it's going to be different for everyone, but I do feel some of that energy as well. Okay, so we've got a couple. I'm gonna pull anytime I get kind of a time frame, I'd like to pull any additional energies that come with summer. So let's see. And some of you, this is, depending on where you're at on the globe, this is gonna be applicable now. Some of it will be later. Okay, but I'm hearing May too, so it might be kind of the beginning of that. Oh wow, you guys. Okay. Wow, you've got spirit family all over here. So this is quite interesting. I was also being shown a little bit, it's almost like that energy of the diamond and the feeling of, I think I mentioned that earlier, that diamond in the rough, but there's something being polished this month. So you've got quite a bit here. So You've got spirit family, you've got summer, you've got the message, which is positive news, positive outcome. To me, dove is all about kind of spirit and the messenger of spirit, and which is really what we've got here. So, and it's card 28, which is 10. It's interesting here, you've got card 29, 28, 29. Wow. Immediately being drawn to that. So you've got 10 and 11, and then spirit signs. So I feel like for some of you, this is number one, this is just acknowledgement that spirit is around you big time. A lot of energy from spirit. They're coming in, and I've got the chill bumps from spirit right now, the intensity of what they're trying to bring through for you. But I feel like this feeling of hope, I keep hearing hope, like this feeling of there's a shift of the energies. And so it could be a little bit of you sort of seeing things in a different light. And as I'm saying that, I'm being shown a mirror where it's like it was dirty and now you're cleaning it off, and it's like this feeling of seeing things in a new way. But you're not just looking at yourself differently, you're looking at everything that's reflecting in the mirror differently. And I feel like for some of you, and I'm just asking spirit specifically regarding the anything to do with the connection of the spirit signs, because you've got spirit coming in big time with your message. The message is spirit, right? Spirit saying they're around you, they're very much connected with you as well. As I'm saying that, I do want to acknowledge a grandmother energy as well. I feel like for some of you, there's a grandmother that wants to just come in and say, yes, I'm very much still around you. I feel like some of you feel, I'm being shown my symbol where you feel like you haven't been getting the confirmations, and you feel like you're out of touch. But Spirit's telling me that there was a little bit of a reprieve and a pullback because of your growth that you're going through at this time. It's almost like you needed to clear the slate to be able to see things differently, because they're telling me that there's been a little bit of clouded energy around you. So they're very much just wanting to confirm we've been around, but you needed this time in which to get through this sort of this rebirth is all. I mean, the energy that's being brought into your space at this time. So forgiveness, nothing can be gained by holding on to past disappointments. And this is interesting here. So like I said, this feeling of there's something to do, and it feels like I mentioned that at the beginning. It's almost like by this sort of change in perspective, or seeing like cleaning off this sort of diamond that's sitting in front of you, you're able to see things and appreciate things in a different light. It's casting it's like looking into a crystal and having, when it's clear, it casts a light and it creates this, oh wow. And they were just showing me this, and it's on this card as well. It's almost like it casts this prism. There's a prism energy that's, if you look up kind of the basis of what a prism does and how it reflects energy, and through colors, this is symbolic for you guys as well. I'm getting that big time for you guys. And this is all about the forgiveness, right? And so it's almost like forgiving oneself and forgiving others. And it's creating this sort of equilibrium to your energies that you're allowing more blessings to come in. And Spirit, it's almost like I see them sitting back clapping, and they're just like clapping and like congratulating you, because I feel like you've ascended to another level. There was something big, and they're telling me, wow, they're saying back, there's something about the last 7, I feel like it's 7 years, it could be 7 months, but there's something symbolic going back in time where you may have had something that you've held on to, something that you've struggled with in terms of a relationship or dynamic, and you're looking at how you interacted with them and how the world interacted with you. And I feel like you're breaking past that. I'm also getting the number 15. I feel like there may have been something about 15 months, or it definitely feels like a 15 there, in terms of months though, going back that far. So I just feel like there's certain things that you've overcome that are important for you, and it's a breakthrough. It's very much a breakthrough is what I'm seeing. So oh, I'm getting really lightheaded right now. That's just Spirit saying, yes, this is it. This is what's happening. So perfect. All right. So Spirit, what other messages do you have for Aquarius from a spiritual perspective? Okay. Wow, soul's journey, absolutely. Wow. Okay, so this really is all about that, the soul's journey and the things that you have to go through. You can see here the walkway, and wow, this is all about, you look at here and it's almost like this, you can't really see it, but it's almost like this this dove is sort of, there's a walkway between these two trees that are sort of illuminating the path. And this is all about this sort of the journey of the soul and the evolution of that. Yeah, wow, this is quite amazing here. So I'm going to read the information from the card, but there's so much depth to this. I feel like some of you may have been going through sort of that dark night of the soul, and you've really kind of purged some of these energies of the past. I'm getting that a lot for some of you. That's coming through very strong for me right now. The other thing I noticed is interesting here, and I keep being drawn to this, and Spirit's telling me to pay attention to this. And sometimes when I'm channeling, I forget the obvious that's in front of me. But fortunately, they keep me on track. So you guys being an air sign, look at the amount of air that you've got coming through here. You've got air in the spirit family. You've got it showing up in the summer. And this is all about sort of... a lot of times they're telling me here with the summer, it literally in some cases could be summer where their breakthrough has occurred or will occur, more so, but there's a reconnection. So I'm also getting this feeling of, it's almost like that summer love, or that feeling of where when in the summertime you sort of forget all your cares, right? In some cases, right? That's when we tend to take vacations, and we're much more lighthearted, and Spirit's trying to, like, forever summer, trying to keep you in that space of like just thinking about the blessings of life versus kind of the monotony of certain things. And that's where I want to keep your energy in this summer. And you've got a rainbow here as well. And that feeling of kind of the rainbow connection here, the prism, the energy that's coming in. I would highly encourage you to do a little Google search. Spirit will always bring through references to things that leads to other information beyond what the words that I can express with human language. So there's a symbolism to prisms with you this month as well that I would like you to look at and just kind of get a little background on the dynamics there and see how that's impacting your life specifically. But you've also got this air. This is all about the air, right? This is the journey of the soul. This is you. This is you going through it. And you've got a ton of air energy that's coming in, obviously you being in an air sign. And I'm just going to read a little bit of the definition that's coming forward for the air, I say the air card, but it's really the soul's journey. Yes, okay, you are ready to start. It says a new chapter is beginning for you right now, which is exactly what I was feeling. You've got your solar return. You're kind of shedding of this old self. I'm definitely, there's some dark night of soul emergence that are coming forward as well. This time, go easy on yourself and be courageous, loving being you are. Breathe into the present moment and allow any anxieties to drop away. Enjoy the journey and stop thinking the future will bring something better. When the future arrives, it will be now. Step out of the shadow of your past. Wow, absolutely. Your life is yours to live in whatever way is meaningful to you. So really, Aquarius, this is all about the emergence. You're moving forward. You're going towards the sun. You're guided by Spirit so strongly. Okay, they're telling me to pull one more card for this forgiveness up here because there's a little bit more information that wants to come through. So pull one final card there and see what they have to say. Spirit, can you clarify the forgiveness card for Aquarius at this time? Okay, yeah, action. Okay, wow, you guys. So a couple things. Birds are also sort of depiction of action and moving forward. And you've got this action card here. This is showing you have this key to make this change. If there's anyone in your life where you're sort of been holding on to certain things, but it's all because of the reference of where you were at within that space and time, reframe that truth and that existence of what occurred within this relationship, and it's time for reconnection, but it does require action. I love that. Spirit's like kept bringing me back to this. You gotta pull another in, and some of you needed to know that this forgiveness, it requires action on your part. There's a lot of action that's required. And so The first thing I also want to say is there is the Ho'oponopono prayer, and it's all about forgiveness of oneself and others. And so if it's something where, you know, you could even do that energetically and sort of make that connection to where the forgiveness is sort of sealed through that meditation. So regardless of it's picking up the phone or not, that taking action and putting energy into that space, it sort of heals this, but it's all intertwined with each other. So, for you guys, Aquarius, I would just say whoever in your heart you need to heal and forgive, even if it is yourself, of past things that you've done. You did the best you could, just like everyone else does. And so just know that this is you're emerging from this this energy, this sort of shadows, and you're coming into this light energy, and it's your time right now. So Aquarius, I hope you have an amazing February, and again, happy birthday to those of you celebrating in February. Namaste.